Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dave D Fishing. So in this video we're going to be doing some testing of jigs that I've been making that I plan on selling, hopefully on a website, definitely going to be selling on Marketplace to start with. So this guy right here has been tested and slammed off of rocks and that type of thing. So eyeball jigs, got rattles in there, I don't know if you can hear that. Trying to do something a little bit different with the eyeball jigs, and I'm putting heavy duty epoxy on there. And this is just a temporary setup as far as an assist hook that'll be on there. I already tried double assist hooks, single assist hooks. I seem to like the singles better. And I'm going to be making these swing tail, bucktail looking things for whatever type of fish you might think they will work for. And they're going to have longer hooks so you can put your trailers on there and that type of thing. Pinks, greens, all kinds of stuff. This one's my favorite looking right here. So those are my jigs. So this video, again, is a test video of me using these jigs. It ended up turning into a 2-day ordeal because I ended up bumping into a great white shark on that first day. I didn't get crazy good imaging of it or video because I was more concerned with leaving. It's very short-lived. That first day I caught 2 memorable fish because they were on jigs that I made, which was awesome. Ended up coming back 2 days later, same spot. Call me crazy, but if the fish are there, it's a good place to test. I wasn't looking for huge fish, more numbers, and beating up my jigs to hopefully see whether or not what I made was good enough to sell. So, all right, we're gonna start with day 1, and I will show you a video of that shark. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of the jigs in that first day, just because I wanna show you a quick and dirty version of what I saw, what I did. And then day 2, I'll show you more of the nitty-gritty of the fishing and what I caught on these jigs. So, all right, enjoy the video. I haven't fished with this thing yet. Again, we're just testing some of the jigs that I made. So I made an earball jig. I also made a swinging tail, bucktail type of lure. So this is what it looks like in the water. Nice and bright. Big old wide gape hook on there. I just threw a gulp little curly tail on there, and I have a little squid skirt above it that's acting as a teaser with a 6-0 hook. The bottom hook also has a 6-0 hook. So let's get out here. We're gonna jig this thing for some fluke and maybe sea bass. I really want to test this thing out. Put a lot of time into these jigs. Really heavy duty epoxy coat on there. Assist hook. Rattle inside. This thing's ready to go. First cast with this thing. It's dropping it all the way to the bottom. It is 40 feet right here. So again, trying to test my jigs. I put a heavy duty epoxy coat on top of that powder coat. So I'm testing for durability. Trying to see if it tangles or anything. I am planning on selling these, so I want to make sure they work well. Ooh. First fish on the eyeball jig. Yeah, it barely touches the bottom, and I'm hooking up. But a lot of low keeper size sea bass, nothing big, nothing big. Lots of shorts down there, or scup. There's got to be fluke under there somewhere. This is crazy. So on day 1, I did find piles and piles of sea bass where I was fishing, and doubling up was not uncommon. Did it several times this day. Ooh, what was that? Another sea bass came all the way to the top. Look at that. Doubled up, baby. Oh shoot. Double up, baby. So many fish down there right now. So I just saw what I think were bonito blitzing over here, so it was a perfect opportunity for me to test out my swinging tail bucktail, and hopefully we get something. So this jig actually casts really well. I'm surprised even with a grub attached to it. I've also used it for bottom fishing already. I've caught a sea bass on it. So I've only got one fish on this jig so far, and I end up catching a second really quickly here. What is that? Feels funny. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh shoot! Oh man! I got a bonito on my jig. Oh, that's friggin' awesome! Oh my god, guys, that's so cool. My second ever fish on this jig that I made is a bonito. Oh, that's awesome. Alright guys, so look at this bonito I just caught on my jig. This is the second ever fish I caught on these jigs that I made. They're a swing tail jig. Proof is in the pudding, baby. This is awesome. I'm having a great day so far. This is my biggest bonito. I've never really had much luck with them. And what a treat it is to catch it on something that I made and I put so much effort and time into. So great. And these things taste awesome. So I switched back over to bottom fishing. I had actually just lost my earball jig on the bottom. I only brought one, which was stupid of me. So I switched over to Spro bucktail. Spros work really well, not hating on them or anything. So ended up dropping the Spro down to the bottom and caught a nice fluke, which ends in heartbreak. Oh shit. All right, don't get mad, David, don't get mad. It's all right. I already lost one big fluke today. Hopefully it's not a second. Gentle, gentle. Oh, that's a nice one right there. Maybe. It might be 19. All right. Might be a 19. I missed a horse earlier. Fell off at the kayak. Oh yeah, 19 and a half on the board. Very good day. Bonito, sea bass, tested out my new jig. Ow, shoot. Tested out some new jigs that I made. Couldn't ask for much better than that. Shit. Oh damn, there's a friggin'. So I flipped on my camera a little bit late. This is actually his second time coming up to my kayak. The first time he came up to my left side. My kayak is 12 feet long and I estimate him at 10 feet long. So needless to say, day one is done. I will be back in a couple days. So welcome to day 2 of fishing. We are fishing in the same spot. So I will be starting off the day tossing out this poison swingtail bucktail jig that I had made. Just bouncing it off the bottom, or you can cast it if you want, as we saw the other day where I caught the bonito. It casts really well, and also bottom fishes really well. Look at that. What's that? Little baby fluke. That guy's on the swingtail, hooked right through the cheek. That fish wasn't going anywhere. Ooh, nice sea bass. Nice little sea bass. $17. Got something on the swing tail. That feels like a fluke. So this is a good test. Fluke have a lot of teeth. A lot of teeth. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh! Oh, ho, ho, ho. I wasn't even using gulp. I'm using cheap, very cheap grubs right now. That might be a keeper. Oh yeah, 20.5. There we go, guys. Jig did the damage on this thing. 20.5. Friggin' awesome. Hooked right corner of the mouth, right in the cheekbone. That's why I want to use those longer hooks. So it's proof right there. So I'm very, very happy with my jig so far. Caught a good amount of fish on it. A lot of sea bass. I didn't include all the pictures of them or a video because it'd be sort of annoying, but there you go. 20.5 right there. Going in the cooler. Ooh, yeah, lots of teeth. So now it's the earball jig's turn. We'll see how we do on this. So to use this earball jig, it's the same with any other fluke jig or rig. Make sure it hits the bottom. And with this jig, you just want to bounce it every so often, give it a couple twitches here and there and let it sit for a second. And that's how you should get your bites. Ooh. Hoping for a fluke on it, like a big one. Be nice. I'll take a big fluke even if it's not on my jig. Be very happy. What is that? Oh, fluke. On the teaser. Might have snagged something. I don't know if I hooked it fair and square in the mouth. Oh. Oh, he was chasing it. It is an awfully big bait though for a small fish. I don't know if I would have ever got him. That feels like a fluke. Maybe? Fluke? Oh, sea robin. Not what I wanted. Ow. These things have a ton of spines on them. Ah. That was a weird bite. Well. Oh, yeah. That was a nice looking fluke right there. Nice colors. Drop this back down there while we measure this thing. He's gonna be close. Probably, I'm guessing 17. Oh, 18. Going back a little, buddy. Whoa. Definitely a fluke, I could feel it. Oh. Ooh, man. Yep. Got him on the eyeball. Or the earball jig. Not totally sure what this is. Sea bass? Oh, it's a double. Look at that. So the sea bass and fluke were destroying my gulp curly tails, so I ended up catching some sea robins and cutting them up for bait, and they work really well. Man, the smallest fish grab the biggest lure sometimes. See, hooked right in the cheek, right there. It wasn't coming out. That's why I want bigger hooks on my jigs. Alright guys, so you reached the end of this video. So this is day 2 of me testing out my jig. So I made and tested out this little swingtail jig right here. I used it today and 2 days ago. So 2 days ago I caught Bonito on this thing, and I caught a lot of sea bass. And again, we're doing durability tests and making sure the hardware is sturdy enough, and this thing passed the test with flying colors. No chips, looks brand new, looks like the day it was born. I was smacking this thing off the bottom. It didn't chip, it didn't do anything to it. Still beautiful. The hair's still there, not coming out. That was a huge thing for me. Like pulling really hard on it. No hair is coming out. So that was a huge factor for me. Huge point I wanted to hit is make sure this hair does not come out, like the spros and that type of thing. So yeah, it worked really well. I made sure there was a longer shank hook on there so you could slide your soft plastics on, whatever you might want to use, or you can use it plain. So this thing passes the test. I'm not making any changes to that. As far as the earball jig, I beat the piss out of this thing for 6 hours. I hooked a lobster trap, a chunk of lobster trap. I smacked it off the rocks. I smacked it off all kinds of stuff. The bottom did chip, but I expect that. I'm gonna put more epoxy on it next time. I was trying to be sort of light on it just to see what I could get away with, because epoxy clear coat is it's expensive. So I want to make sure I'm not overdoing it and wasting a lot of money. I want to know at what point is it enough to keep this thing together a little bit better. But like I said, I was beating the snot out of it. Like it's a 4-ounce jig and I was smacking it off a rock, so I sort of expect that to happen. Yeah, ran out of gulp today, used two bags of it, ended up stripping up sea robins for that. So again, today's day 2. I caught a 20.5-inch fluke. I kept 1 sea bass. I caught a lot of sea bass, but I only wanted to keep 1. Caught a lot of fluke today, a lot of shorts. So if the big fish aren't here, you can't catch them. That's how it is. So I know a lot of other YouTube channels are catching tons of big fish, but there has to be big fish around for you to catch them. So I have no doubt in my mind this thing would work. It worked well today. Just to reverse and go talk about 2 days ago, I went out for fluke. That was my first day testing all these out. Ran into a great white shark. I caught a Bonito on that swingtail jig, that first jig I showed you, and I caught a good sized fluke. But the thing is, that day I ended up losing one of these because I got stuck and it snapped off. So this is a different jig. I had to make another one. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to try and make some more fluke videos, but I was just bringing you along with me because I'm testing these things out. I want to beat the snot out of them. yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video.